Good morning, my little artist. You guys did such a great job doing your Martin Luther King drawings. I'm so proud of you. Well, today in art, we're going to work on some polar bear drawings. I hope you learned a little bit about these furry animals that live in the cold. I think they're so cute, and I know you'll do a great job doing the drawings. Okay, so today we're going to work on a project, and this is the polar bear we're going to draw. The supplies that you'll need are crayons, a marker or a big black crayon, a pencil to write your name, and a blue crayon to do some rubbing, and your teacher will have that blue crayon for you, and then some regular crayons to color his scarf. The first supplies you'll need are a black marker or a black crayon and your pencil. Go ahead and the teacher will stop the video and go ahead and get those out. While you're getting your supplies out, your teacher should have passed out a paper that looks like this. Turn your paper over and put your name on the back like we always do. Once you have your name on it, turn it over and your paper should look like this. And your crayon or marker should be sleeping at the top. They're so tired. I want your crayon or marker sleeping at the top because I want you to look and watch what I'm going to show you about making the head, because sometimes when we draw, we tend to draw a little bit small. So I want to help you remember to draw big. So here's an example. Take a look at this polar bear. Oh my, it looks like he went on a field trip to Washington, just like Miss Jen had shown us on her video. Well, look at his big head and his big nose. So think in your head, remember to draw big. You want your polar bear to have a big head, not a little head, because then that won't give you a lot of room to make his nose and his eyes. So in your mind, I want you to say, draw big. Everybody say, draw big. We're going to draw big and draw his head real, real big, and then you'll have room for his nose and his eyes. So everybody say, I'm going to draw big. I'm not going to draw little. My polar bear needs a big head, not a little head. But is it okay if your head is smaller than the one I drew? Sure, absolutely. It's going to be cute no matter what. It is your polar bear, so you make it the way you want it. But look at how big his head is on the body that's in front of you. So just remember to draw big. Now remember, when we do these drawings, I want you to follow along and follow the directions that I'm doing, and then at the very end you can add the details to make it your own polar bear. Okay, so follow my directions, and then at the end you can add your details. Okay, now it's time to wake up those crayons and markers and get ready to draw. Okay, remember to watch me first and then you draw. Your pencil can be put away because we're done with the pencil. All we needed to do is write our name with those. So your paper should look like this, and you've already written your name. You're going to start on the right side, on this side, and about halfway up, and you're going to make a big rainbow or a big frowny face. The next thing you're going to do, and watch me, is you're going to make a little curve at the bottom, just like this. Then you're going to go over to the other side and make a curve and connect the two lines, just like this. Now remember, they don't have to look like your neighbors or Miss Patty's. It's your polar bear, so it's okay. Don't get frustrated. Your teacher will stop the video often, but if you need more time, just raise your hand and let her know you need some more time. The next thing we're going to draw is the polar bear's muzzle. Well, that's a funny word, but the muzzle is the thing his nose sits on. So the way we're going to do this, now watch me first, is we're going to go inside the head, and we're going to make a similar shape to the one we made for the head, but we're going to make it a little bit smaller. So if you look at my drawing, where my finger is pointing is his muzzle, and then his nose will go on that. Just like we did for his head, we're going to make a smiley or a frowny face, or a kind of a rainbow shape. And then you're going to come and you're going to curve the edges and then connect the two, and that will be his muzzle. So go ahead and draw that, and the teacher will stop the video so you can keep up. The next thing we're going to do is draw his cute little nose, and it's kind of like an upside down triangle, but you can make any kind of nose you want. So it goes right in the middle of the muzzle. You can draw a line and then connect the two at the bottom, just like this. Once you get the nose drawn, you can go ahead and color it in. Polar bears have big black noses. And you can go ahead and make his cute little eyes on top of his muzzle. Now we need to give our polar bear some ears. We're going to go to the one side, the right side, and make a rainbow or a frowny face on one side of his head. And then we'll go to the other side and make another ear on the other side, just like this. Now I want you to take a look at these polar bears. Look at how furry they look. So we need to make ours look like they have some fur. And how we do that is I go ahead and I trace what we've already drawn and I put some wiggles around it. So let me show you. So watch what I do first and then you can do it and the teacher will pause the video. We're just going to put a little bit of zigzaggy or a little bit of wiggle waggle on around his head and his nose and his muzzle, and then we'll go ahead and do it around his ears too, so it gives him just a little bit more furry look. So the teacher can pause the video so you can do that to his all his body, his head, his muzzle, his ears, and the whole body, just like this. Notice I'm not making a real big wiggle waggle, just a little bit, just enough to make it look a little furry. After we make our polar bear furry, we're going to work on his feet. So watch what I do first, and then you can draw. We're going to make a rainbow in the middle, just like this. You have the rainbow in the middle. We're going to work on his feet. On both sides, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to put a big rainbow on one side and a big rainbow on the other side. And those are going to be his feet. So watch what I do, and then you do it. So once you get those drawn, it should look something like this. You should have 3 bumps, 2 big ones, and then the middle one a little bit smaller. Then we're going to connect the 2 bottom, the one on the right side and the one on the left side, just like this. And of course, we're going to make his feet furry because polar bears are all furry. So the teacher can pause the video and let you make the feet furry and then put his little paw marks in there. After we get the paws drawn, we're going to work on the background. We're going to draw the snow line. All we're going to do is draw a little line on the right side, and then we'll go over to the left side and draw a little line for the snow. Kind of make it up a little bit on the polar bear so he's sitting in the snow, just like this. We'll be coloring the top part blue for the sky, so the white snow will pop out. The next thing we're going to do is work on the polar bear scarf. We're going to go up by his head and just make a line across on one side, the right side, and then go to the left side and make another line. Then a little bit down, we're going to make a line again, just like this, and another line just like that. The teacher can pause the video so you can get that done. So just to show you, this is kind of what the scarf looks like at the very end, just to give you an idea of what you're doing. The last drawing part of this video is we're going to draw the end of his scarves, and they're just 3 little diagonal lines down, and then you're going to put little fringes on there, just like this, and then go ahead and put some designs in your scarf so it really pops out. And then once you get the designs in your scarf, and you can make any kind of designs you want to, you can get out the blue crayon, and if you don't have one, ask your teacher, and you can make the sky. We're going to rub the sky like we've done in the other videos, and just use the side of the crayon and rub and cover the whole back part of the sky, the upper part. Leave the bottom part white for the snow, just like this. Once you get the background colored, you can color your scarf. You can color it any color you want to. Now would be a good time to add some details. I had some Patriot Pal friends do some polar bears with me, and they did such a great job. I love the details they added. A lot of them added trees and the colorful scarves, and I like how different the hair is on each one of the polar bears. They did such a great job. I hope you had fun making your polar bear. And, oh, I see somebody that wants to give you a high five because you did such a great job. He says, way to go, guys. I'll see you next time.